We'll talk shit over.
Boom.
Let's have fun, man. Hopefully I don't embarrass myself too bad. I hope my parents won't sell me too bad.
Yeah.
Now, all the selling is done on Facebook anyways. Facebook Marketplace. Scott Waite is for sale.
Mm-hmm.
We are the Podguyz Podcast, bringing it to you as we do every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. I am Tony Kaz.
Kevin Neary here.
Of course, we have the ever-loving Picasso, the dreamer of all dreams, unimaginable, plus the ones imaginable.
Oh,
Lay Sparky.
And Sparky's got the big board out there for those of you. He's saying hi on the big board. For those of you that don't know what Sparky's function here is, he draws what he has seen throughout the week. He is in spots throughout the week that no one has ever even encountered. He is a background character of this world we call the Matrix. He is in spots that people have never seen him at, but he just keeps in his mind of what he sees, and he draws it with such graphic, phenomenal specifications that no one can even keep up with.
By the way, Sparky was at WrestleMania this weekend.
He was at WrestleMania this weekend. He'll show you exactly where he was at WrestleMania. But Tony, we do have a fourth square.
We do?
We do. It Scott Waite, right? Waite or Waite?
Yes. Wait, you got it. Scott Waite. Yeah.
Wait,
Scotty Waite.
Scotty Waite. Now that is
he's almost a waiter, but minus the R.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No hard R's. No hard R's.
Scotty is a comedian. I know what you're thinking. He looks like the T-Move version of Louis C.K.
It's true.
It is. It's not the Louis C.K. He looks like the Louis C.K. that wouldn't jerk off in front of you. You know what I mean? Yeah. The non-sexual,
bet, Scotty.
The non-sexual assault version of Louis C.K. right there. We got right on the Podguyz Podcast. We said, "Hey, Louis C.K., could you come on?" And he says, "Hold on, I'm jerking off in front of people I paid this time." Now, if you're going to jerk off in front of somebody, you got to pay him first. You can't just ask them as a friend, all right? The St. Sarah.
Just can't give him a coupon like you did last time.
Scotty Waite,
$20. $20.
$20. Scotty Waite.
I charge you $20 to watch me masturbate in front of you. That's
yeah. Scotty, how long have you been doing stand-up comedy?
So I started comedy 10 years ago, back in 2016, because I figured what better time to start doing comedy right when Trump was running. I'm like, if Trump can be president, I could be a comedian, and it's been a whirlwind ever since, man. We've been neck and neck, man. I think he's out funning me a lot more than I've been funny, but we're working our way. You know, we're trying to get equal. You know,
not possible. Not
possible.
I know I'm going to lose in battle, but I have to lie to myself and say I can win. But
are you more of a political satirist comedian, or do you do like real news, or do you do like just funny life stories?
I'm kind of comedy. So politically, I'm a no labels guy. So I like to make fun of everybody equally.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Because I think as comedians, you can't really, you don't want to, you want to be able to make fun of everyone equally. You don't want, because the problem is if you get,
you don't want to pick sides.
Well, because you get pigeonholed. I don't want to be like, oh, he's the Republican comedian, or he's.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right, Scotty. Look what happened to Stephen Colbert, where he was he started out Strangers with Candy, right?
Right.
Hilarious character he played, the closeted homophobic homosexual teacher. Great. That's a great role. And then you go from that to The Daily Show. Awesome. Dry wit, humor, written for him writing for himself, just having fun with it. Then he goes mainstream network. Okay. This is, not immediately after The Daily Show, was the Colbert Report. He had a fake run for president or whatever. Had that I Am America and You Can Too with the whole, character acting. And then he knows how to character act, which is great. It's an awesome benefit right there. And which always led me to believe that now character acting goes so far when people know you're doing it, or even if they don't know you're doing it. But if you're going mainstream CBS late show and you're still character acting, but this is what you think that a talk show host kind of sounds like, looks like, and does, you just put yourself out there as a phony. Then, because if people are tuned in to see yourself, and I didn't have to see much like Craig Ferguson. Hilarious, very funny, slapstick kind of slapstick kind of guy. Doesn't have a sidekick, but makes fun of the whole sidekick thing by having some stupid mohawk robot thing, just being real silly with the whole situation. He was. You don't really think that people could be funnier than what they're already portrayed as a short-lived character in the Drew Carey show, like a little one sketch on sort of thing. And then when you see it, you're like, okay, this is probably why Drew Carey put him on there, because he knows that the Scottish Craig Ferguson, by the way, loves being in America, did the whole immigration process, really cool that you don't, like there's a lot of criticism that, there's a big punching bag for America. That's no one is questioning the punching bag, but that can't be the only side of the bag you hit. Every now and then you got to give the bag a little hug, because that's a part of boxing too. It's this life is a long fight sort of thing. But listen, man, Stephen Colbert he's dancing with inflatable vaccines. What the fuck are you doing? There's nothing funny about that. There's nothing entertaining about it. And that's when you hit the certain point where he's like, by the way, we won't be having a late show anymore. I'm surprised the fucking thing was still on. Like Jimmy Kimmel was crushing people in the ratings because he was not, when he first started, he was not the type of mainstream. Man, people start getting that mainstream multi-million-dollar money. It seems the only person that really was perfectly fine with the money, who didn't really change. And as much as you think that of a dick he actually was to Conan O'Brien, Jay Leno did not change who he was. Right. He'd always been a little bit of an entertainment snake, which in the entertainment field, you got to snake it up a little bit to a degree. I've been doing stand-up comedy for 16 years. You see some people rise that have talent. You see some people that fall that have talent, but you're like, what the hell? Sometimes it's related to drugs and alcohol and all that nice stuff. But Scotty,
yeah,
when will your rise be, and why is it starting right now on the Podguyz Podcast?
Man, because you guys, you're this. I heard about this podcast, Guys Bump, like it's the old Colbert Bump, and this is the last chance. If this isn't helping my career, I don't know. I might be able to lose the K route, so I'm hoping I don't have to go that route. So.
That's all right, man. Sometimes you got to get your hands a little dirty in the whole thing. Tony, where'd you find Scotty? Tony goes from one end of the internet all the way to the other end of the internet while raising a family and working and killing it all week long, all month long too.
You'd think I'd just like grab people out of thin air. Yeah, just grab people out of thin air. That's what I do.
Yeah. Yeah, where'd you find him, Tony? Where's Scotty? How'd you hook up with Tony?
I found Scotty in an insane asylum.
Okay, that makes a lot of sense now with all the white and the white behind him.
It was the homeless shelter that you were doing community service for.
Perfect.
From that alleged that redacted email.
Yeah, / bar.
Yeah.
All my business.
It was weird that Hillary, she deleted her whole email server, and then they're like, "Oh, we still have Epstein's emails," and she's like, "Shit, fuck."
It was a lot of pizza and cream cheese. I think Tony offered me some pizza and some cream cheese.
Yeah,
and I think a few other things. I was like, this seems like a solid guy. I guess
they either really like pizza or it's code for something.
It's unmentionable things behind a dumpster at a Dunkin' Donuts.
Nice. Yeah. It was a wild night in Nashville. I don't remember. I just I think you gave me the angel trumpet. That's that powder that they blow, let the Colombian hookers blow on you, and it makes you paralyzed. Yeah.
Is that a real thing? That's what they call it, an angel. Is that a type of blowjob or something? I don't get it.
No. There's a flower out there supposedly. I guess it was on Epstein's Island and a few other places. Okay. I guess it's kind of like they grind in the powder and you can't smell it, but they use that against you.
Okay. Is that the flower that kind of hypnotizes you or something like that? Okay, so I've heard of that one, and it's not. I'll keep it in play because, you could be like a grimy person, but still know enough to be grimy around some people. With who says hey guys, you're holding Stephen Hawking that's wearing a princess dress. Time for a picture. Who says okay? Yeah, let's do that. That's a weird thing too. Everyone is already accustomed to Bill Clinton in exaggerated sexual situations due to
I did not have sex with those children.
Yeah, I did not have
sexual relations with them children on an island.
She sucked my dick. I did not suck her dick. It's wait, what? Women don't. What is a woman? Huh? What is it? That sounds like a Bill Clinton question right there. What is a woman
I
anyway?
don't know who a woman is. She wasn't fully developed. I didn't know if she was a woman or not.
That could not be defined at the moment. I knew it was wet. I put my dick in it. I don't know. It's like, what the fuck? What's wrong with this guy? And you know what? People still remember the 90s in such a fond aspect where they would say to themselves, give him a third term.
Oh.
That's why I'm against term limits. I am probably one of the few people that are always against term limits. If somebody's doing a good job, let them keep doing a good job. Tell them when their job is over by not voting for them anymore. Just be done with that idea. If Mitch McConnell looks like he's dying and Kentucky keeps putting him back there, dear Kentucky, stop fucking doing that. Stop it. Get him out of there. You know, guys all polio faced out, by the way, Mitch McConnell. Blame your parents for that one. They were one of the last farming corporate companies to get rid of, actually the last farming companies that got grandfathered into not getting rid of the chemical DDT that little Mitch got involved in right in the fucking barn. That's why he had to be hospitalized. So he's all Mr. like, oh, I have polio and blah, blah, blah. It's like, yeah, you got fucking polio, but tell the whole story, Mitch. Tell the whole story. By the way, Lindsey Graham, our good friend Ross, big shout out to Ross Jurgitz. Lindsey Graham, 0 women have accused him of sexual assault, but a lot of male prostitutes are coming forward, not about sexual assault, but about great consensual sex with the senator from South Carolina. Throwing it out there.
I heard he was the guy on the video of the Senate floor. When they filmed the video of the Senate floor, he was the guy. He was the bottom, and I think that's why. So they actually had to delete the video. He they didn't want him to. They didn't want that to leak because his gay votes would have went through the roof, or through his butt, one of the two,
Yeah, that's it's a weird thing because he's voted against gay marriage, and they're all like, so Lindsey is non-committal then?
Yeah,
he's afraid of commitment so much he keeps voting against the gay marriage. He's like, I know.
But I can't resist it. I got to say no, because if I say yes, then all my boyfriends are going to say, "Where's my ring?"
Yeah. So, Scotty, how old are you? What's your age right there, man?
So, man, I'll be 47 in July, dude. So,
oh my God, you're still a pup right there. Isn't that crazy?
I'm an old man, dude.
An old man.
I shouldn't tell you I'm single, or it makes sense I'm single. Probably,
Have you ever been married, or how many times have you been divorced?
No, never been married.
Haven't you seen his bare walls in his apartment?
I do, yeah.
Look at these beautiful bare walls. Come on. I was in my apartment earlier when we were doing the tour before the podcast, but I'm living a pretty fancy life with all these cool mirrors,
Well, just think, if you were married, your walls would not be bare, and then you would not be there, okay?
That's true.
You would eventually be, the women
true.
that come in there, they're like, oh, this is really nice life you got there. If only I decorated and you weren't here, it would even be better.
That's how I draw these. That's how I get the women. I'm like, hey, this could be all your. This blank canvas can be yours. All these walls can be yours to decorate.
Walls. What's your take on that? On the astronaut who had been sexually assaulting women?
I gotta figure it.
Did you hear about the astronaut? The astronaut Katy Perry sexually assaulted her about 20 years ago. Katy Perry, the astronaut, we all know her by,
Oh yeah.
She kissed a girl and she liked it, but the other girl said, "This is a rape. Stop it. Get off of me."
The bad girl, Ruby Rose, whatever.
Yeah, Ruby Rose was apparently sexually assaulted by Katy Perry, who kissed her, liked it, but Ruby Rose said, "Get the fuck off me, astronaut lady."
No, she said something about her having her stinky V put on her face.
Really?
Yeah. Law enforcement said there was something fishy going on.
Yeah.
You sure that wasn't Ellen DeGeneres, man?
No, Ellen DeGeneres is really a man. It is really a man. It's Albert DeGeneres. He just looks, yeah. That is Eminem's mom right there. Sparky, flip that around.
That it's what's Eminem's mom's name?
It says Epstein Island goes to Oz. Stephen Hawking as the Tin Man, Bill Clinton as the Scarecrow, and Katy Perry as the Lion. Please, Dorothy, smell the poppy. Yeah. I love how the Tin Man's in a wheelchair. Like that's fucking no, Sparky. Keep that up right there. Keep that picture up real quick. We're going through the play-by-play. You could tell that Stephen Hawking is the Tin Man in this because he's in a wheelchair, and the Tin Man at the beginning where they meet him, he's like, and they're like, you know what, that's good. Just keep it like that. Put it straight in front of him. Sure. That's perfectly fine. Put him in a wheelchair. That is the missed opportunity of a reboot for The Wizard of Oz we all needed. Not this Ariana Grande stuff, even though I'm sure she's going to be great in Meet the Focker 6, whatever the fuck that lame bullshit is.
I thought she was going to be National Universe Skeletor. I'm like,
oh yeah, she's got that Ozempic look going on right there. Whatever happened to celebrities just not eating and doing cocaine? What's wrong with these people?
Yeah, come on. Back in the old days, we just do cocaine to get skinny. Now they can do both cocaine and Ozempic, double dipping bastards,
Big shout out to Mike Caswell right there. Mike, feel better. Hopefully he's not doing any Ozempic, right, Tony?
I don't think so, but I don't know. I don't think so.
God damn it, Mike! Stop doing Ozempic. It's like the monkey
Stay
claw.
away from the pen. Stay away from that jab. That jab is dangerous.
So Scotty, where are you located at? Where do you live?
I'm in Music City, man. I'm in Nashville, Tennessee.
Nashville, Tennessee.
Nice. Tennessee.
You don't have yourself a twang there, Scotty.
I almost have the accent. I'm from out west. I'm from Oregon, and then I moved from Arizona out here to Nashville about 16 months ago, and I'm fighting not having the accent, but I might be getting it. Who knows?
You never know.
I'm trying to escape it, but it keeps coming for me. I'm like, not on my watch, man.
Where are you from originally? You're originally from Nashville, Tennessee?
No, I'm from Beaverton, Oregon.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, how did you get from Beaverton, Oregon to Nashville, Tennessee?
Well, man, very, very interesting story. So I grew up in Beaverton.
We're ready for this. This is what we do.
Yeah.
I'm the youngest of 4 boys, so I'm the youngest. My oldest brother's 7 years older than me.
Okay.
And then my mom was married to a pretty big DJ, Howard Stern. No, just kidding. And so he did he worked for one of the oldie stations out in Vegas. So he got a job there, and then moved to Vegas, graduated high school there, and then was in Ecuador for a little bit. Started missing my church out there, and then came back and basically just bounced around from my junior year of high school. Then I went to school in Idaho for a little bit, and then lived in Phoenix and Utah for the last 23 years, and the last 15 was in Phoenix. And then my nephew came to play baseball at Vanderbilt, so I was like, you know what, man, I'm gonna kick. I'm like, see you later, Phoenix, kicking rocks, dude. And
we do have a lot of mutual friends on here. I'm checking you out again here. Mike Stankovich, you good friends with Mike?
Yeah, I know Mike.
Love Mike to death. He's got that trademarked better than sliced bread joke that is just hits you good every time. Love Doug too. The Ryan Wise, we've had him on here before. Ryan is a really cool guy. Jay Moranti, nothing funnier than Jay. And then Julius Done. Hey, nothing but love for you, Julius. Get better, get 100%. He's got the new comedy club open up. Second lease on life, killing it. Of course, there's no quitting the guy. Absolutely no quitting the guy. I see a clip right here that you pinned from March 9th, 2024. It's at a comedy club here. I mean, let me see here. Another fun thing about me is, again, in my 40s, I'm then what is it? My entire life. Come on. Okay.
That's one of my favorite. That's one of my favorite.
Right. Yeah.
I want to tell you guys one thing though. Thought before I go. Yeah, that's one of my favorite jokes. So I just kind of. Oh, Mike, it's so crazy, kind of off the cuff, It's kind of, when you're in the moment.
Your mom. You're talking about your mom dying now that you dress yourself. What's going on?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's true. My mom passed away, so
why didn't you go the different route, Scotty? Why didn't you just say, like, now that your mom's gone, you dress yourself? But it took a little bit for you to learn how to do that, So right. 5 times you got arrested for just walking around naked. and just something to that degree where, I mean, yeah, we get it. Like, now mom doesn't put your clothes out anymore, but you can go cartoon absurd on it. People look at you right off the rip and they're like, whoa, this guy's highlighting that he, just now he starts dressing himself. So, they're already like, oh, thinking of the movie Psycho, the fucking creepy mama boy thing. Right. And then you can go even creepier with that, where you're just like, yeah, I never dressed myself before. So, or showered or bathed myself.
I thought walking around like Donald Duck and Winnie the Pooh was acceptable as a human, but I couldn't find out people don't like when you walk around the top half of the shirt and the bottom half.
Yeah, you just Winnie the Pooh it out. You're like, is this how I do it? Years.
Is that a transgender woman? What's going on down there?
People had never known why my mother kept dressing me like a jerk off. She said, Scotty, I want you to have an average job so you'll never move out and leave me. So she put me in a plain t-shirt all the time.
I need you to be an Uber driver for life. So I'm going to dress you like Adam Sandler stylist.
I'm going to dress you like I don't understand. Like, if they're lucky, like I'm a very efficient person when I go to work. So if I ever did work for ICE, I would just call an Uber and arrest him. Call an Uber and arrest him. Like, come on, I could do this fucking shit all goddamn day.
Let's go down Broadway here in Nashville. They have these taxi vans, and they're all driven by people that are probably not from here. You could easily just knock out at least 20, 30 if you want to.
Nashville, Tennessee shots. You have your own YouTube channel or no?
I do, yeah. So it's at Scotty Be Funny is my YouTube. So just all my clips I got on there. Just been for a while. I posted for like 60 straight days, different clips, and then I just kind of ran out of clips because I didn't want to keep recycling the same jokes. So I just kind of had some original, all my.
There you go. Some self-deprecation right there. Midget Bruce Willis. How tall are you, Scotty?
I'm like 5'6" on a good day.
Holy shit, that is a midget Bruce Willis. But now you got the Louis C.K. thing going on with the goatee.
Well, I'm just slightly. You could be Louis Brad Williams.
You could be Louis C.K.'s sexual assault body double.
Tag me in, Louis.
Where you start jerking up in front of them like, I'm tired, get in there,
Yep. Well, yeah, I should say that, but I was the guy actually was doing it. He's so lazy, he actually hired a guy, and I turned that down. It's the biggest year of my life. I could have been the guy.
You're so short, you actually played Louis C.K.'s dick in his biography, right?
Mm-hmm. In the show, the unaired season of Louis, I was actually the wiener.
On the next episode of 1,000 Ways to Jerk Off in Front of Women, Scotty Waite gets his big break.
I still regret it. I could have been the guy whacking him off, and I said, "Sorry, man, this is above my morals."
I'd have done it. Yeah. I guess how could you? I don't know. That's when I drew the line. I'm like, come on now, this guy. What's wrong with
if I'm
people?
on an island, it's fine. I'm like, we got an island with some ladies. That sounds like a party, dude. But if you want me to whack you off, sorry, sir, I'm not allowed. That's
not doing it. Not this flight. They're not joining.
Well, I got to catch a flight. There's an African safari that I got to go to, but I got to catch a flight with you guys first to get there. And I don't know where you guys are going.
So are you a hat guy? Do you wear hats because of the baldness, or no? Do you just you like the hats?
I usually shave my head. I didn't do that right now. I'm like, all these guys think I'm a Louis C.K. stunt double. I don't want you guys to think I was out of shape Joe Rogan. So I'm like,
yeah,
or real life Megamind. I didn't want you to think, or Scott Ian from Anthrax. If he's on the spectrum, I didn't want to get
a little bit, yeah, a little stretching there.
Nothing wrong with dodging the tism.
So, Scott,
exactly. I duck it every so often. Like, nope.
What have you done before comedy? What was your mainstream occupation there?
Mainstream, so I've been doing music before, so I started kind of making and producing music.
Cool.
Since like 2001, and then so I do a little bit of everything from like like R&B and hip hop to beats to I've been remixing more now on like the dance side, kind of EDM type stuff, and then like power pop music and like Latin. I literally make every kind of song. I've made remixes for like Becky G and Erin Martin. She's a Canadian artist, and then the girl who sang "Lean On" with GJ Snake.
Yeah.
Mo and so I've done a few artists like remix of theirs, and it's doing okay, man. Marginally, not too bad. I got probably lifetime wise, maybe close to 500,000 streams across everything. I know Spotify. I think Spotify. I've got pretty much about 400,000 of those on Spotify. I might have more than 500,000, but I know pretty close to maybe 400, maybe over 300,000 on Spotify.
Well, Sparky's got something in his week-long trips around the world sort of thing there with the big
all
board.
From WrestleMania. You should have all WrestleMania pictures.
Yeah. Would you rather George Michael or David Carradine? Men's room or the closet right there. I like it.
By the way, brought to you by Wayfair.
Yeah, George. So George Michael was foot tapping in a bathroom. There was sex in the bathroom. Sparky saying either sex in the bathroom or hang yourself while jerking off in a closet while there's a rope around your neck. You know, the last episode of Kung Fu that no one likes to talk about.
Oh, that's not the NXS guy, right? That's in excess of NXS.
No. That was a different, whole different person. George Michael was in he was one of the singers in the Aha, and then
No, he got caught in the bathroom like in Beverly Hills. But the dude, didn't the NXS lead singer out of his fixation? Didn't he kill himself while?
Nope, that was from the TV series Kung Fu. David Carradine, like that kind of Kung Fu stuff. Yeah, he killed Bill. He was also in the movie Kill Bill. He played Bill in Kill Bill. He while hanging himself, he he
wrapped a belt around his neck and jerked himself off to death.
NXS is Michael Hutchinson. Thank you, Sparky. Thank you.
Yeah. So he did the 5-finger death punch to his.
So Scotty, are you WrestleMania? What did you think about WrestleMania? Are you a wrestling fan at all?
I've been watching wrestling for a while, man. I kind of float in and out. So I was an Attitude Era guy. So I joke about it, but I really was a big Stone Cold Steve Austin fan growing up. And then Hulk Hogan. People say I look like Stone Cold Steve Austin on the spectrum, but I don't know if that's accurate.
I think Gilbert, maybe Gilbert.
Gilbert.
Yeah.
Yeah, like WCW.
You look like Goldberg that never did steroids.
That's true. I'm the before picture of Goldberg.
You're the fucking Hot Pocket version of Gilbert.
I like that.
Hot Pocket.
Yeah.
Pockets.
Yeah.
I was a big Goldberg fan. WCW, man. Monday Nitro was.
Oh my God! There's Sparky. There's Sparky in the back right there. There's where he was at WrestleMania. There was a little bit of fighting going on at WrestleMania, not a lot of actual wrestling going on. People are
about 7 hours of promos.
Oh man, it's like watching. It's like watching people that know they're on camera do a thing anymore. You realize, like, I watched a little bit of it where they're like, "Hey, I'm going to beat you down." And you're going to feel the pain and you're never going to be the same after it. And we're cool though. And everybody is like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I can see it in their face.
Now, without people getting super, super angry and like, toxic with this, wrestlers are entertainers.
Right,
and they are real. They are real entertainers with real physicality and real real emotions.
Tony, there used to be wrestlers back in the 88 to 98 era, especially 88 to 92 era, that they would do a combination of Percocets, cocaine, steroids. Yep. They would get so fucking they'd get so fired up, they'd get paint on their faces, intro music going for a predetermined fight. That is dedication, and that is missed today. Okay, people would be so goddamn. They'd be on the road. They'd be on the road for fucking 300 out of 365 days of the year. They'd be on the road, killing it, killing themselves, trying to get ticket sales up, going from one plane to the next. They could not break character. Okay, that's a big thing. They just couldn't break character, because if you do that, you ruin the whole entire illusion. Okay, it's almost like if a magician shows you a trick and you're like, whoa, great. And he's like, now let me show you how I did it. And you're like, why? Why are you fucking doing this? What are you doing? Why are you ruining this shit? It's like Santa Claus. You put your kid on Santa Claus's lap, and then the kid says, this is what I want. And he says, ho, 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 thank you. So you're getting all your stuff. By the way, lowers the beard down and says, I'm not real. What the fuck are you doing? See, this is what wrestling is missing today. You need people in there to be so ingrained in their character that they live, eat, and breathe it. And instead, they're using it as a stepping stone to act in a different movie or something like that. And by the way, most of those actors, including Dwayne Johnson, these movies that they're in, by the way, Dwayne Johnson didn't break character, really. He had the Rocky Maivia thing, and then did the Rock thing where he played arrogant approach to whatever. Stone Cold Steve Austin didn't really break character, came back to close the casket on wrestling. The Undertaker had a 30-year plus run wrestling, getting hurt, getting beat up, had that August, September, October, November, December, had a 5-year book it, kill it scenario, because Halloween was right there. That little niche is always there. And the Undertaker character kind of having the same walkabout like a Mike Myers or a Jason. This is the problem with WrestleMania over the last 27 years of crap, where now we have a surprise, but we already know the determination of, like, there's no rug pull anymore. There's absolutely no rug pull. There's one of the Rhodes kids is there where, now he's going to win the title, or Roman Reigns, or everybody knows that he's going to give the title. Dude, let these guys get their fingers fucking dirty. I want to see a chair shot to the fucking head. I want to see some real brain damage. I want to see somebody stay in character, make a character. These guys aren't even characters anymore. They're doing some Roman Reigns, by the way, bald-headed Paul Heyman motherfucker, right? He's washed, okay? He's done. Paul, you did some great stuff. ECW, very cool. As soon as you replaced Jerry Lawler, you started taking these hands and sitting on them instead of writing with them, because you knew that you always wanted to destroy Vince McMahon's product. And congratulations, you did it. You did it. You did it all by yourself. You, and then Vince Russo sent in there, and the WCW, where he turned the WCW basically into Jerry Springer. He looked at something that gets high ratings, and he's like, okay, let's do that, and then try to keep it in the land of PG, which, by the way, you can't do that and keep it in the land of PG. So it felt like, hey, are they going to show something? No, they're not going to show something. They're obviously going to blow it, you know? So wrestling, when Vince McMahon, the biggest thing that happened to wrestling in the past 5 years is Vince McMahon raping a lot of people, okay? And that's the biggest thing. What do you got there? Cody Rhodes' face after WrestleMania? Yeah, okay. Good for his
He broke his orbital bone.
Good. Very good. Good. You know what? I want you to do a Hulk Hogan and show the fuck up that way. Show up where somebody punched you in the face. Show up already injured and then start fighting. Show up like Eddie Guerrero did, high on perks and fucking heroin or some kind of weird concoction.
Cocaine.
Medicinal.
This is those guys. Junkyard Dog, those guys. Yeah.
Scotty, this wasn't even to get them high half the time. This was just to keep them level and making them feel somewhat normal, where you are throwing your whole entire life into a performance, and instead you are just throwing whatever into a performative act and making sure the audience knows this is just an act, is just taking so much away from the whole entire entertainment aspect of it. And they think that they are adding more to the entertainment aspect by taking away and sucking dry the whole thing. It's basically the same as watching a NASCAR race, but when you put those restrictor plates on, Instead of watching Bill Elliott fucking lap a lot of people, and you're like, Bill, why are you going fucking 320 miles an hour? And he's like, because fuck them. They're not going to tell me not to, and I'm just going to start lapping people. When you start putting the restrictor plates on and you start adding more rules and restrictions and then start scripting people, they started scripting Rowdy Piper way back in the day, and he didn't know how to fucking read practically because of all the chair shots at the fucking head. So it's just one of those things that is completely missed upon. Tony, I miss the way wrestling used to be. Can you second me on that?
Oh, 100%. 100% agreed. Now, the big story from this WrestleMania was the retirement of Brock Lesnar from wrestling.
Yeah. I saw him take boots off and put them in a ring or whatever. And, it wasn't, there was no drama to it at all. The guy fights fucking 2 times a year. Okay, 2 times a year I see him fight, and he's over there huffing and puffing like he's out of shape, done with it.
Well, he has something wrong with his stomach. So I mean, he's clinically not cleared to fight. More than that.
Yeah, well then give it up. You got to give it up. It's called
diverticulitis.
Diverticulitis. Okay, yeah.
Oh,
then you got to give it up.
Yeah,
if you have to,
it's the reason why you can't fight in the UFC. Taking so many punches right to the stomach, right to the face. Mm-hmm. That of course he did, like bare knuckle boxing and like oh man, what did he do? He did some sort of wrestling, and then
he didn't do that.
His daughter's a professional wrestler as well.
Yeah,
well, he can always do that slap thing. Can he just be a professional slapper? Do what's that? Professional slap.
That'd be the thing.
Slap fights. Yeah. I would watch.
I can see that.
Lesnar do that because that would be insanely entertaining right there. I would watch that all.
You not get some people into the stands, dude.
That'd be really entertaining.
I wouldn't want to face him if I saw that to face Brock Lesnar. I'm like, nope.
Yeah, that might be the only watchable thing for retired wrestlers right about now that actually care about the whole thing. Tony, we got some big spotlights besides just WrestleMania. Tony, did you watch all of the days of WrestleMania? Because I know I was very surprised years ago when you told me that there are.
Let me get into my mini rant.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
I'm going to go into a mini rant because you went into a rant, and I feel like I just.
You got to get in it, man. Get in it.
So, I've been a long time entertainer of wrestling in general. Not so much in the past 5 to 10 years, maybe even 15 years, just because it's lost its luster for me. Now, in general, the whole situation of not necessarily the changing of the guard from some amazing entertainment, to some kind of like schlep rock, fucking bedrock, talking over the mic bullshit that they're getting into now. Not one of them can technically make a new character that'll fit perfectly into today's society. It's just impossible. They can't come up with a decent storyline. They can't get people hooked into the conversation, into the whole storyline in general. Mm-hmm. And I think that's their main problem. Now, hence, WrestleMania was this past weekend, and it was actually separated out into 2 days. 2 days.
Well, I thought it was 3 last year.
It was 3 days last year.
Yeah.
Technically, they had 3 days this year, but like one day was the pre-party or whatever the fuck they call it. And they should have 2 days of actual wrestling.
They should have dedicated the whole thing to Hulk Hogan. They should have had nothing but nostalgic clips. This is how you know. I didn't see anything like that, and that is them playing against themselves in the worst way possible. You have to go the Hulk Hogan route because the dude was the Hulk Hogan proved
the most iconic character in wrestling history.
He saved their whole thing.
Regardless of if he's a dickbag or not. Like that dude in real life was a piece of shit. But
Hulk Hogan was cool.
It would be as if Michael Jordan were to make his own basketball league, right? And say, I'm going to compete with the NBA. And the NBA is like, okay, good luck, right? And then does it, and then starts beating their ratings. Okay, now think of that. Okay. Think about that for just a second. And that's basically what Hulk Hogan did when going to the WCW and the whole NWO thing for those 3 years. 3 years. And then he does it again, not to the level that he could have done it because, you're older and all that nice stuff. But for a monopolized industry, the WWF, no one wanted to watch the senior tour, the fucking WCW, the ECW was, phenomenal. Holy shit. You had a lot of crazy stuff going on. But Tony, to go from WWF to WCW and then beat the ratings, and then from that point, go from WCW back to WWF, right? And have one of the most iconic, noise-breaking, matches of all time against The Rock. Old man Hogan, right? Versus The Rock. And you're like, what's going on here? If The Rock should be kicking his ass. But the fans are so nostalgic and they're all there for Hulk Hogan to beat up The Rock. They're there for that because, and they can hear it. Everyone is screaming. They're ready. They've been pumped up for this for years. It's one of those fantasy matches, like the one that never happened, Stone Cold versus Hogan. But this is almost...
Well, I'm going to break the allure for a second, just because Hulk Hogan in his contract has always had that he is to remain the most creative control over his character. And he can say yes or no to jobbing a match, depending on who it is. I believe Bret Hart had the same thing for a while, and then of course he got the screws put on him with the screw job, right?
Yep.
He did, and that's he.
Sparky's saying no, but
no. Sparky's.
There's a lot more to it. I understand.
Sparky. There's a little bit to it because he said to McMahon, he said, "Hey, I'm taking that WCW money. They're paying me this much." McMahon said, "Go get your money, but we just need you to hand the belt over, right? Just do it to Shawn Michaels." Bret agreed, but he wanted to do it on his own terms, and he really didn't want Shawn Michaels. Well, then what are you doing? Then just leave the belt vacant. What are you doing, right?
Yeah.
So to Bret Hart's credit, he paid his dues. He worked his way up through the ranks. Great wrestler. He makes everyone look like they know what they're doing more than he does. Okay,
he's one of the most iconic technical wrestlers in history.
Absolutely. Yeah, to his credit. But when it comes to, handing it off, and by the way, Stone Cold Steve Austin had this same problem with Brock Lesnar. Hey, Stone Cold, we just need you to get beat. Okay. Now, what they were doing is Vince McMahon wanted to do the handoff. I'm going to do the sub story real quick. Vince McMahon wanted to do a Brock Lesnar handoff and then write the story for it. Okay. Stone Cold wanted to know what the story was. And once Vince McMahon knows that he's got a wrestler that wants to know what the story is first, he knows he's got a problem. Okay. Bret did not want to lose in home arena and agreed to lose it the next night, but Vince changed the ending. That is correct. Sparky. But Vince McMahon knows he has a problem with talent when talent starts asking about creative direction. Okay.
And more money.
The last talent to ask about creative direction moved his ass to WCW. Okay, that was Hulk Hogan.
No. For instance, Buff Bagwell is a main fucking dude. When he was in WCW, he was getting $500,000 a year.
Yeah, that's a lot
from WCW, which is fantastic. Like, you're getting really great money. But he was also a headliner. He was headlining matches and doing whatever. When he was in the WWE, he was making like $30,000 a year.
$30,000. That's it.
Yep.
Yeah. It was like minor money when he was doing it. And he actually went homeless, and he was living out of his car, I think it was, if I remember correctly. But
Hogan's creative control on who he wanted to give the belt to. Now, he's dropped the belt a couple times.
Right.
One was to Lex Luger. Okay, he dropped the belt to Lex Luger. Yep. Yes, he did, Sparky. Yeah, he definitely did drop. He dropped the belt to Lex Luger in the WCW. He took the flex. Yes, he did. Yep, you're right. Yeah, now you remember. So, and Lex Luger even pointed out, he said that he never had a problem with Hulk Hogan. That he never bugged him for wanting to go over or anything like that. It just Hulk Hogan wanted to be beat by somebody that he knew the fans would believe could possibly beat him. And Lex Luger, being the fucking size he was, and coming to now WCW, I guess Eric Bischoff has these great series where he talks about giving Lex Luger a contract, right? He said, he offered him $100,000 just to see if he would refuse it. He took it because WWF was paying nothing. They would always go for younger talent or purge people from the ECW. That was a big move. Or they would take recycled talent that the WCW didn't know what to do with. Hunter, Triple H, WCW. Okay.
Yep.
Undertaker, Mark, fucking WCW. You had all of these people that the WCW gets Bret Hart, right? And they don't know what the fuck to do with him. Like, this is what you do with Bret Hart. Okay. Have a tournament, have a bracketed tournament, and showcase your athletes like that. Do a similar thing to King of the Ring, only call it the fuck whatever you want to call it. But people love
Bash at the beach.
Bash at the beach.
Raise the cage or something. Yeah.
Make it like a bracketed tournament thing where people could really get into it that way. Fill out your brackets, fans, and all that nice crap. And any fan that has a perfect bracket, get a fucking t-shirt, something stupid, something to involve the fans and also to introduce new superstar talent that are already familiar. So you could have had Bret Hart win that, or at least come down to the finals or something like that. But instead, they're like, maybe he's a referee. What the fuck are you doing? What the fuck are you really doing? Seriously, this doesn't make any goddamn sense. Why would I bring Michael Jordan and then be like, maybe he's your referee now? What do you know? Have that dude dunk the fucking ball. Have him put somebody in a fucking sharpshooter, and it better be in a real match, not in some match he interrupts for no reason at all. And then they put him up against Goldberg. Have Goldberg lose. Have him lose that match. Have him lose decisively, where he tries to spear him and he runs into a pole. Where he tries to spear him again and he runs.
Well, they wrote him up for, what was it, 100 wins in a row?
They wanted to do the 100-win thing, and they skipped a lot, by the way. They skipped a lot.
Oh, yeah, they did.
They're like, hey, 66-0 now. It's like, wait, wasn't he last week just like 32-0? Hey, he's 82-0 now. Wait, hold on. Your math doesn't make any sense. Hey, he's got 95 wins now. Then he has 11 matches in a row. Ooh, he's at 99. What the fuck? He just had 11 matches in a row from 95.
He travels a lot.
Numbers don't have to matter. We showed you last week's, whatever. Bullshit.
He's a Flash. He traveled back in time. I can't wait. 99. I got to go back to 90 and do another 10.
They should have given Mike Tyson all the money to knock him the fuck out. Just not reality, but just like, if you want to talk boxing squash matches, Mike Tyson was always there, where you're like, all right, guys, I'm going to take a piss before the match. And then, you get in there, it's already over. You're like, whoa, what happened there? 173-0. Sparky says 173-0. Yeah. The Goldberg thing is workable, but what they did with Goldberg and how it made it a workable character? They had like the security thing. They had the intro around him. And they had iconic music, a nice intro. He never broke character. Okay.
Yeah, but he was so hard to work with.
It's very hard, impossible to work with. But
nobody liked him. Yeah.
This is a story that had zero storyline really, besides just he's winning a lot. Okay. So this is how you get the WWF back in action. You just have people treat it like a sport, okay? That's why you got jobbers out there. And more you treat that thing like an actual, like, 1-versus-1 and less storyline, let the storyline develop after the fights or whatever. Don't keep interrupting every match. It's like having one lap left of NASCAR and everyone crashes each other. Who the fuck wants to watch that? It becomes unwatchable. Turn the goddamn thing off. I'll check it out in the morning, maybe. And then when you do check it out in the morning and engage how angry you are and how fucking shitty it is, they count that as, oh, well, at least we're getting people talking about it. No, you're destroying your own product. And then you put one of the least creative people in charge right now, the Triple H or whatever the hell, whoever. Now WWE is using OBA FEMA the same way. Yeah, you're right, Sparky. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Obafemi.
Obafemi, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, same scenario. They just did the pass the torch thing. I'm like, maybe there's a story after the fact. But the WrestleMania that will always stick out big time is the Warrior Hogan thing, where they're going the distance in a big way, right? And no one expected a clean finish is more memorable than another interrupted fucking bullshit, right, Scott?
Yep. Yeah, I agree, man. That and the Andre the Giant one was awesome, huge too. I remember as a kid watching, I think it was WrestleMania 3 when Hulk and Andre, their first match, and just seeing Andre picking him up, I was like, no! Because I was a Hulkamaniac, man. Everybody was my age, but then when he got
I remember one of the most iconic matches was on the aircraft carrier for Lex Luger and Yokozuna.
Oh, yeah.
As well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Lex Luger, man, like, is he walking again? Did DDP get him to walk again yet or no?
I think dude's just so paralyzed. It's just.
Oh, Sparky's saying he's walking again.
Nice.
Yeah.
Cheers out to DDP.
Well, DDP, I was actually thinking that this whole time. I like Diamond Dallas Page, man. He was so fun watching that guy wrestle.
Yeah, now he worked his way up through being a manager. His positive attitude has just been something.
Was he really a manager?
Yeah, he was the Diamond so he was the Diamond Studs manager, Razor Ramon or whatever, right? So he was his manager, and then they were like, well, why don't you you're big enough, why don't you just become a wrestler yourself? Get on the mic, do your thing, and he his character had a certain swagger about itself, a certain originality that he was really into participating for. Everyone knew that he was a good guy, baby face or whatever, but he could be a scumbag in the ring too. You're sure of it. He could equal up the scumbag thing. Then when the WWF brought in all the WCW guys, they knew who was going to work for them and who wasn't going to work for them. So they got Chris Benoit, who, by the way, great wrestler, bad family man. Not good at long distance shooting, more of a short distance shooter.
Up close and personal,
Yeah, more. What was that?
I said up close and personal,
Very up close and personal. Every time I see one of those memes where never mind. We'll keep the family murder suicide jokes to a minimal here for a moment. Okay, I know, Tony.
We don't want to lose the family members here. Family audience is good for you guys. I don't want you guys to lose your family audience.
We are G-rated, which is our own rating system. It's great. It's great. We are rated good to great. So Eddie Guerrero was going to work out for them, no problem. Him and that China dynamic was pretty fun to watch to a degree, and I think they tried to do a comical thing where Rey Mysterio's kid is hanging out with whatever that goth girl looking one. I don't know. You see how out of it I actually am with this whole thing. But yeah, Tony, WrestleMania is done with, but there was a retirement announced as well online. Will Smith announced his retirement of keeping Jada Pinkett Smith happy. Did you see that, Scotty? He's retired from it.
It was like slapped in the face.
He refuses to keep her happy.
I was pulling for their marriage, man. Their imaginary marriage, because Will Smith's totally straight and not gay at all.
No, not gay at all. No, with a name like William Smith. Come on now.
Totally wasn't hooking up with August on the side. Come on. That was a real entanglement. I think him and August were hooking up, and Jada got jealous, and so she had to lie for him.
Sure not. She's one of those women where she's a mother of 3, and I think the level of bitchiness per kid just kept compounding. Where she's the mother that has a one-on-one sit down with her child.
How dare you say that, Kevin? She is an amazing woman.
Yeah,
she'd have red talk. She'd have red talks with them. She's like, look, we're going to the red table and we're going to discuss why you're a little bit.
We're going to discuss why you're such a pussy.
I think she's the kind of mother that sits down with her kid and gives them the bad advice, But in a tone that it sounds like the right answer. Where the kid's like, "Hey, mom, I really think I should stop. I really think I should stop taking these Xanax drugs for my anxiety. Maybe I should just get over anything that's making me anxious in a natural way." And then she looks at her kid and she's like, "You saying this right now to me makes me think that you need more Xanax." like you see how that has the tone of it feels like the right answer, but in fact it is holy shit the wrong answer. What is wrong with you, Jada?
What if she is totally like all 100% in, and then she's like, cause she has the kids around the dinner table, and she's like, "Jaden, you look like a fucking idiot today," and he's like, "What, Mom? You don't love me. You don't love me, Mom."
Yeah.
And then he dresses up like an idiot.
Yeah.
Just to say it's fashion's sake.
Tony, I think she's one of those moms at the breakfast or brunch table. I'm guessing brunch, right? Where she's
definitely brunch. Yeah.
She's got a fucking
multiple mimosas.
She's got a mimosa, right? She's got a little
mimosas.
Yeah, she's got a mimosa and she's got the family and she's like reading on her iPad and she's like, "It says 1 out of 3 kids are transgender. Why ain't one of mine transgender?" And then she's like, picks eeny, meeny, miny, mo, who's getting surgery that day,
Yeah. The loser has to wear a house on their head and say it's a fashion statement.
According to Tony, all you got to do is take 1 of 3 of your kids to Thailand and choppy.
That's all you need.
It's a simple sew and stitch. Everybody knows that. You just sew and stitch. That's all you got to do.
Easier to dig a hole than build a
In Thailand, it's called the machete, the machete and tuck.
It's called the Malaysian machete.
We do. It's a reverse. It's an inverse reverse.
Yeah. You're only allowed to have one. What is it? One boy child in China. So they're like, "Sorry, son, something wrong." Away. Sparky's got some.
You're hung like a stud field mouse. It's too big. We need to cut that off.
Get it going. Sparky's got something there on the big board, maybe related to what we're talking about. I hope not. Never mind. Slap fight. Will Smith versus Brock Lesnar. Keep my wife's name out of, please, God, don't hurt me. Here comes the pain.
For 1 second, I thought that said, "Here comes the parm."
I was wondering. I was wondering if Sparky was going to draw Will Smith, how black he was going to make him.
Yeah. Total blackface.
Are we going restroom blackface right there? But as you can tell, Scotty, Sparky is an amazing artist right there, drawing what we talk about. He's popping himself in.
He's doing awesome.
For our non-viewing audience out there, you're missing a lot of what Sparky's art is right there. For our viewing audience, of course, you know how great Sparky's art is. We have a New York Times article that Tony wanted to share on the Podguyz Podcast. This is a very important one that we are going to mock ruthlessly, of course. It says, Giligio beach killer told his wife that he murdered 7 women in their home. I mean, women, that it's probably a higher number than that or a lower number than that because men lie about their numbers, I guess, right? 7 women, he says.
I thought women lied about their numbers. I thought we lied about our bank account. Women lied about their body count.
So Rex, so this is, right? Yeah. So, it says, oh God, it says nothing because I don't have fucking New York Times, Tony. Thanks a lot here. The Long Island serial killer who pleaded guilty earlier this month to murdering 8 women told his wife he killed 7 of them in their house, according to an excerpt released on Monday. The Stanley Steamer guys could have told you that, right? They were like, we were over that place for fucking hours. And, we got it out. We unsteamed whatever the fuck that was, according to an excerpt released on Monday of upcoming documentary. The timeline is so exhausting. Says whatever the fuck her name is, women find a perfect husband and then nitpick over the one little thing that's wrong with them, like the murdering. Thank you, Nate Gartledge. White male in his 30s, 40s, most likely conservative, just saying, has been identified by former colleagues as a Republican and a supporter of Trump. The over-under on that when they're going to mention Trump was about 3.5. So we're at 3 right now. The under came in, Scotty. We always play this game called When Will They Mention Donald Trump for no fucking reason at all. And boom, we are coming in under 3.5 right there. Thank you, Omar.
Whoever that on Khaleesi for 3 is going to make a lot of money. So hopefully they.
Yep, you can bet on it at Cashly.com. Bet on it on your Cashly app. The over/under of when the podcast.
Kelsey.
Okay.
I mispronounce everything, dude. I don't know. I say everything phonetically or backwards. I'm trying to get into like a Gen Alpha guy, like where I just mispronounce names on purpose.
I get it. I totally get it. Yep.
I found a free thing about the story.
Great.
But we're gonna hit Sparky's picture real quick.
Hit it up, Sparky.
Let's see it, dude.
Don't worry, honey. I will get a Cleveland steamer for the house.
After months of speculation, the former wife of Gilgo Beach killer Rex Heuermann revealed in an explosive documentary airing this week that he murdered women in a room in his Massapequa Park home.
Timothy McVeigh has the only explosive documentary, by the way.
Oh, yeah. Out there. Yeah. Heuermann pleaded guilty to the murders of 8 women in a Riverhead courtroom. Now, according to Peacock, NBC's Universal streaming service, a 4th episode of the Gilgo Beach Killer House of Secrets is set to air Thursday morning, April 23rd.
I bet you his wife asked him questions like, were they prettier than me?
He's like they're actually uglier.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he's saying that on the phone. No, I swear.
They're so gross. They're so gross. I'm like, these ladies, I can't date these. I can't let anybody know I hooked up with these chicks.
Sorry, honey. The girls did not think I was sexy Rexy.
Sexy Rexy.
They looked like they botched the transition, so I had to get rid of them.
My God.
Now, in addition, she said her former husband told her that she and the couple's children had not been home during the murders.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
Clearly. I mean, if you were there, you'd be a fucking co-conspirator.
Yeah. I guess he's got more class than a Jerry Sandusky in his fucking rape basement, Just, Just turn the music real loud. We're just showering down here.
We're horsing around,
We're horsing around naked,
Finally, when asked if the murders had taken place in the home, he said yes. They were killed in his room downstairs.
Wow, that's the first of all, that is a when your husband has a blood splattered room downstairs.
Yeah, when you have a fucking splatter room downstairs.
Yeah,
and he calls it, I think, it's a splatter room.
When your husband starts coming up looking like a Christian Bale from American Psycho and pure plastic with an axe, I mean, probably a little bit of a yellow flag, a little warning.
He's like a real life Dexter.
Okay, his own Dexter's Laboratory out there,
Yeah, right. Yeah. Jeez. Well, what did these women do wrong? Why did he murder them, Tony? Did he give any reason for that?
He didn't really go into too many details.
How could it be a Dexter then? Because Dexter always has that stupid fucking. This is the whole TV show of Dexter.
Do you know what? Do you know what he saved the details for, Kevin?
His documentary, his book. His
documentary,
his podcast.
Yeah.
He's going to do a murder podcast.
His podcast that he'll be doing from death row.
Ah, damn it! He'll get more views than us. Another podcaster out there. Son of a bitch. You bastards.
So
how dare you?
Explain why he killed that specific girl. The 7-episode podcast. This one, she just looked at me funny, so I just had to let her go. The second
that's why Scotty's single.
Well, that's what I'm saying, guys.
Don't tell Scotty. Scotty doesn't know.
Scotty doesn't know. Scotty doesn't know. I liked a really cool weather event. I don't know if you guys follow weather events. Because there's some shit that happens like across the United States, across the world, that is so unexplainable. But I loved the explanation of this particular event. So apparently there was an event that happened in Branson
Yep.
It was purple rain, purple rain.
Yep, this is what happens when you blend the movies Singing in the Rain and Purple Rain together.
Yeah.
Purple rain, acid rain. It was purple rain. So was it acid rain or was it actual?
Was
purple
not
rain?
acid rain. An unusual weather event caught residents off guard after heavy rainfall appeared purple in color across parts of the area. Officials say the discoloration may be linked to airborne dye particles from a nearby industrial facility, which were carried into the storm system and mixed with the rain as it moved through the region. The rain quickly coated roads, vehicles, parking lots, leaving visible purple streaks in pooling water throughout the scene.
Yep. Prince come from
Thank
beyond
you,
the grave.
chemicals.
Yeah, it was Prince. Prince was sending a message because he knew the Michael Jackson biopic's coming. He's like, I'm still the king of pop. Not this Michael Jackson guy. I will make it rain.
Tony, even crazier is the whole page is a satire page. So it really didn't happen.
It's
no,
Onion.
I think it did happen.
I'm just letting you know. It really did not happen.
Oh, we got duped by the Onion and the Babylon Bee. Damn it.
Okay, so the thing is, we are a world-renowned satirical news organization and have received many awards for our breaking news story. All content on our page is original. Yeah.
Oh, man.
They also have other content too, like look at all these bears walking. Look at all these bears.
Wait. Because there's been purple rain in Denver, Colorado. There's been blue rain in Texas. Are they all satire?
Yes, Tony. They're all satire. There are people saying
the rain in Israel because I'm not allowed to anymore. But I think it was raining gold coins in Israel one time too. So
the the purple rain, a new prince. People are in the when doves cry, who stands in there? I swear, zombies. Blah blah blah. People are saying, I guess no one knows this is a satire page. AI, what's wrong with everybody? A lot of reasonable voices in the comments talking about how this is definitely not a real thing. Some Lauren Houseman Whitehawk says chemtrails. Sorry, Lauren, you're way off on things. It's fine, but that's fine. It's the return of Prince. Too much chemtrails. I was expecting to hear Purple Rain playing. Weather tailor made by you. Windshield washer fluids free for everyone today. A lot of cool comments there. Something Sparky. Sparky, flip it around, buddy.
Sparky.
The WWE has signed a new wrestler from the Splatter Room. It is Sexy Rexy, the Cleveland Steamer Killer.
They have Jake Paul, so
that's good.
I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do a double check real quick on did it really rain purple? Rain purple. Just throwing it out here. What did Prince, look at this. Purple rain refers to a phenomenon where the sky appears purple or reddish purple associated with hurricanes. Blah blah blah. Purple Rain song. What does Prince actually mean? Blah blah blah. Prince. Fucking. There ain't nothing here.
There is a license, or not to say license, but there's photo evidence of Purple Rain that did fall throughout many a years, even including 2018, where it fell in the North Carolina mountains. Combination of the sunset and rain created a purple display. So, I mean, it's a real thing. It is a real thing. That may have been AI or duped up, but
I believe
it is a real thing to have purple rain.
That's cool.
Yeah. Yep. Up. We just got a live picture of Sparky. This is a little bit better than your art here. I'm not sure if you guys can read it, but we're gonna pop it right there. It is Katy Perry and Ruby Rose.
Oh no!
I know. Yeah, that is traumatic right there. That is trauma right there. The beef is a little bit too close to the face.
Yep.
If you catch my drift. If you don't, it's a vagina joke. And we are referencing the beef is actually the vagina, and the juices
I feel love.
are right there.
I feel love, Kevin. I feel love.
You feel some love in the room in that picture,
No, remember, didn't she say that when she came back from space? She's like, I feel love.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah. She came back from space and she's like, I feel like I need to shove my vagina in Ruby Race's face.
She's like, where's that face?
Yeah.
And they're like, is that it? William Shatner came back from space and he's like, I didn't find Spock up there. I'm like, all right, that's cool.
She mistaken the bat symbol. She thought the Batgirl symbol. She saw the clam in the sky. She thought that was a Batgirl symbol.
There must be something about space that makes people want to sexually assault others. Because man, how many fucking what's Neil Armstrong's number up to? Oh wait, he never went. Oh whoa!
On the soundstage, it was all the assistants on the soundstage. He got
you're right.
You're
right, Scotty. It was just an old-fashioned Hollywood rape. It was an orgy, as they used to call it back then, where some people didn't want to participate.
Yeah,
hey,
I think
an old school Hollywood party.
Yeah, a regrettable orgy is still called a rape today, I guess. Something like that. Sparky, fucking, what are you doing with the board there? I see some extra dots.
Machine gunning it out.
Machine gun Kelly right over here. He's got the
game blouses.
Game blouses.
Speaking of Prince, game blouses.
Game blouses. We got.
I love that. That's one of my favorite skits. He made his pancakes.
I guess Nick Shirley's back in the news. Nick Shirley, California is now trying their darndest to criminalize anyone who is exposing fraud, who is not working for the government. There's Sparky with the map. Sparky's got California.
Just in California right there.
There's California. You see, he drew California. That's perfect. Yep. It's a perfect depiction of the America right there.
Anywhere in the white zone is going to be outlawing people to out fraud if they do not work for the government.
No more of it. Just in that one specific spot.
Just can't call out fraud in California. You just can't do it. How dare you?
You're asking people questions about where they're getting their money from when it comes to taxpayer money. How dare? What do you think you are? Working for us? Because if you were, you'd be fired.
These are legit daycares are running, guys. Come on, they're totally cool. There's lots of kids inside here. Even the doors are locked and the lights are off. It's legit, fully operational daycare.
Those kids come there from the hours of 11 p.m. to 2 a.m. All right, that's when they're really open.
Yeah. You don't ask why they're there that late. They're working. They're working hard on that new iPhone.
Why would you come here? Why would you come here from a Monday through a Saturday? We're here Sunday from 10 p.m. to 11:15 p.m. I mean, this is worth $5 million a year to pop in there for that 1 hour. We got to watch those kids. It's
they like the finger paint at night, and this is the only place where they can finger paint with the glow in the dark paint. They're creative kids. I think they've got futures. So we need to mold them.
I love the defense for it too. It's they're always saying, "Oh my God, he's only going after Somalians. What a racist!" It's like, oh, okay. So I'm sure, he'll find some white people too. That's going to happen. You'll find a lot of people stealing money. But when you have a group of people that are just screaming that you're a racist because you're caught stealing, that's not racism. Racism is when you hate somebody just because of the color of their skin color. Okay. You hate them and you would never even look at them. And there aren't many levels to it besides that level that I'm specifically talking about. That's racism. The rest of what people are enclosing in racism is called prejudice. Okay. Is a prejudice, racial prejudice, which isn't racism. Racism has a lot to do with a mental disorder. Okay. There's key factors where, thank God, we aren't as a culture as bad as it used to be, where people were hanging from trees, hunted down, just that's what racism looks like. Now it's still, you still have some people out there that I'm sure they think that they're going to catch a cold or like a disease from just touching somebody that have a different skin color. And it is probably a mental disorder to a degree. But in reality, when the word racism is just thrown around willy-nilly, come on, man, there ain't so many fucking people out there that are just fucking racist just to be racist. Like that's not a thing. That's more of a that's more of a to shut down a side of an argument anymore. Like, oh, well, you must be a racist. Like, okay, no, that doesn't make any sense from their part. But Sparky, flip that shit around. What's going on? There goes our t-shirt warehouse. Am I done yet? No, get back to work. Okay, that's depicting. That sounds like it's depicting the Podguyz Podcast Learning Center, by the way, which is
learning.
Well, hold on, Tony.
Early learning. Early learning.
The Early Learning Center, the Podguyz Podcast, where children sew our shirts. By the way, they do a great job. Look at these shirts. Tony's got one hanging up there. Where they sew our shirts, and they learn a skill, Scotty. They learn how to not just sew our shirts, they also learn how to box them, wrap them, write a thank you card, all that good shit, right? And we don't have to
English,
pay them.
literature, history.
They learn English, they learn literature, they learn life skills in that they would never get, okay? And we don't charge the parents for teaching them these kind of things. Okay, we teach them that for free. And the only money we make is from merchbooth.com, where you can go to merchbooth.com, scroll down to the podcast area, go to the Podguyz Podcast. We're right next to the Popcode Podcast, only better gear, cooler gear, subjectively. Hit that button, get yourself a shirt, get yourself a long sleeve tee, a hoodie, t-shirt, anything you like. Get it, because they're all handmade, sewn by the children at the Podguyz Podcast Learning Center. Okay, where if you take your kid and if you send your kid to a summer camp, they charge you thousands of dollars for your hard-earned money, and you don't know if your kids are safe. Under the supervision of the shacks that we go to on Sparky's relatives' property up by a lake, right? Those kids are safe, and they're sewing right now into midnight. Now, a lot of them don't come back home because it's cool to stay over at the shack at Sparky's place right there, sewing handmade 100% cotton. Some people are doing 90-10. We do 100% here, okay? We ain't slacking on the cotton sort of thing. They're sewing them. They're having a great time. Tony, am I right on that?
I think you're right on.
They're having the time of their lives. And they don't take any money because they're learning life skills.
It's what we do.
Scotty, if you had kids, I would suggest you tell them to go to the Podguyz Podcast Learning Center.
I'm telling everybody, go to the Podguyz Podcast, get a long sleeve shirt, save these kids' lives. Because if you don't, they got to go into the foster system of former t-shirt sewers.
I know what you're thinking. How much are these t-shirts? Are they $50? Are they $100? They are only $20. You just give a $20 bill and you're worried about shipping. I get it. Don't worry. You get to pay for the shipping. $5, $6, $7. If you're in Alaska, you better pay for shipping, but at least you can walk around Alaska looking like the only person that listens to the Podguyz Podcast there. Turn them on. Turn all your friends on in Alaska, all 7 of them. Maybe you have more than 7 friends. I don't know how popular you are. But if you put on the Podguyz Podcast t-shirt, you can know that it was sold by some kid that doesn't get paid a dime.
And it might be in a future Sarah McLachlan commercial. Instead of puppies, he's going to transition to...
Somebody once reported us saying that it's a sweatshop. Sweatshops don't have air conditioners. That's why they call them sweatshops. We put a fan in that room, okay? And, every
no
now and then,
sweatiness allowed.
No sweating. These kids aren't breathing at each other. The one kid was like, oh, my shirt's sticking to me. I'm like, take that shirt off. Take it off, you stupid bastard. What's wrong with you? It's hot in here. Go in front of the fan. Sew in front of the fan then. you know, and then he was like, I don't want to be here anymore. La, la, la. You know, kids get in moods when they're learning, you know, kids that are learning no kid wants to go to school and say, oh, I want more school. You know, they threaten them. They say, if you don't get more college, if you don't go to college, you're going to be fucking homeless or a janitor or something terrible. You know,
Kevin,
yeah. Yes,
you're going off on a rant again.
I am. I'm loving it. You
know what we need to do?
We need to end the show, Tony.
We need to wrap it up like we wrap those shirts.
Yeah, we need to wrap.
It's fun, guys. I could have been in this for another hour and a half. Easy, dude.
Of course. Big shout out to Scotty Waite. Scotty, where are you doing anything remotely soon as far as comedy? Or
I'm getting ready to hit the road soon. So if you guys want to come see me do comedy, man, hit me up, dude. Follow me on Instagram at Scotty Be Funny. Watch my videos on YouTube and DMs are open. Any bookers, club, you guys want to see me do some comedy in your place? I got material, man. So I'll come to you. Any open mics, bar
I did
shows.
watch a YouTube thing where you were doing like religious stuff.
I do a little bit of both. Yeah. So I'll poke fun of me. So I joked about it, and I didn't realize this was going to become a real thing. But I for my first 5 years, so I joked about being the Bachelor for the first Mormon Bachelor, and they filmed it. I went from 28 girls to 14 wives, and then obviously you guys know that. And then ABC had that Secret Lives of Mormon Wives show, and then their one of their cast members became the Bachelorette, but unfortunately they got her having a Will Smith moment, freaking chucking a chair at her boyfriend and almost hitting her kid, and then they thought, hey, that's too dangerous for us. So because I'm happy to report, guys, ABC has reached back out to me. I might be the first Mormon Bachelor. Well, we'll see.
There we go.
Normally, if you're on the Podguyz Podcast, this is as good as it gets there, Scotty. Even ABC, Podguyz Podcast, and there's like ABC somewhere in the mix right there.
So, I heard it was like Podcast Guys, Kill Tony, America's Got Talent,
and
then Last Comic Standing, and so I'm
maybe a big one.
Yeah, we don't have what you call robot viewers. That's the thing. All of our viewers are authentic, real people. Some of them are in like the Trilateral Commission of ratings, like Russia, Italy, Japan. We're worldwide when it comes to that kind of stuff. Other people are listening to us in Guantanamo Bay. They use our show as a form of torture. So we are helping America win the war on terror just by
being ourselves. Believe it or not, Kevin, believe it or not, we have raised more awareness over the world. We're actually being heard more in Russia.
Yeah.
Turkey.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Which was the big one. I don't even know why people in Turkey
I've hashtagged that before because everyone was saying Turkey's name wrong like we are right now, right? So Turkey comes out to the UN. They said, hey, everybody, this is how you really say the name of our country. Can you just say our name right? And then everyone was cool with it. They're like, sure thing, we'll do that. And they're like, hey, America, did you hear us? And they're like, yeah, we're not doing that, though.
Yeah,
right,
gobble,
Israel?
Gobble.
And Israel's like, yeah, we're not doing it.
Gobble, gobble, mother effers.
Gobble,
gobble, gobble, bitches. Go America.
America. America, fuck yeah!
Did we become best friends, Kevin? Did we become best friends? Quick, name your first. You're not part of that magazine.
Oh man! Every time I'm watching that Showtime thing, I keep hearing Riley, where he's going on, and I'm like, wow, he's really. Never mind, Step Brothers again. And then it's
anyways, Sparky, where can you find us if you're looking for us?
You can find us on every single major streaming platform, including iHeart, Spotify, Spreaker, Deezer, Castbox, Pocket Cast, GeoReel, YouTube, Facebook Live Video, Google, Amazon, and anywhere else. Just look up our name and you can find us.
Anywhere and everywhere.
I need to make a Funko for me, man. I need Sparky to make a Funko of me. It looks like he has quite a big Funko collection. I think you need to make one for me if you know how to make one or somebody. I'm in, dude. So Sparky,
that'd be really cool.
Sparky just buys them. He just buys them, collects them.
Yeah. But once the money comes rolling in, I think he's gonna buy his own Funko making machine, and I think that's the next level. Sparks making some Funkos for everybody. The podcast guys, Funkos.
No, we already have them. We already have our own.
Oh, you do? Really?
Of course, yeah.
Oh, dude, that's awesome. Okay. You guys got to send me a couple, dude. That'd be so cool.
Oh, yeah.
All right, guys. We are the Podguyz Podcast every Monday, 10:15 Eastern Standard Time. We're outie. We'll catch you same bat time, same bat channel next week. Some great guests ahead. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Deuces. Bye.